But still, your own life comes first, I reckon. You've got to look after number one.
And you with your head down. What do you say to this accusation? You admit it. You guilty or not?
Yes. I'm guilty. I don't pretend otherwise.
You, soldier, get out. You're free to go back to your unit. Count yourself lucky. Now, tell me a simple yes or no. Did you hear of my order forbidding the burial?
Of course I heard it. How could I not?
Yet you dared to disobey the law.
Yes, I did. Because it's your law, not the law of God. Natural justice, which is of all times and places numinous, not material, a quality of Zeus, not of kings, recognizes no such law. You are merely a man, mortal, like me, and laws that you enact cannot overturn ancient moralities or common human decency. They speak the language of eternity, are not written down, and never change. They are for today, yesterday, and all time. No one understands where they came from, but everyone recognizes their force, and no man's arrogance or power can make me disobey them. I would rather suffer the disapproval and punishment of men than dishonor such ancient truths. I shall die, of course, sometime. Whether you make laws or not, if my death comes sooner rather than later, I shall welcome it. My life has been misery, is misery now, and I shall be more than happy to leave it. There will be no pain and no despair in that. But to leave my mother's son out there in the open, unburied, that would have been unendurable. I could not have borne it. Whereas this, I shall endure. By your judgment, of course, I'm a fool. But by mine, the judge is the criminal, not the accused.
This is her father talking. Stubborn. Like him, she won't give way.
Not even with the whole power of the state against her.
Well, we shall see. Any man can be broken. And often the most committed and determined break soonest. Even iron, you know, left lying in the fire too long becomes over-tempered and will snap as soon as a little pressure is applied. You can break it in pieces. And the wildest horse, in the end, submits to the bit and halter just like the rest. People without power, ordinary citizens, must necessarily obey those in authority over them. This woman is very proud. That was obvious in the first place when she broke the law, and is even clearer now. She glories in the crime she has committed, and insults me to my face, as well as ignoring my decree. If she is allowed to flout the law in this way, all authority in the state will collapse. I will not have that. There will be no exchanging of roles here, me playing the woman while she plays the king. She is my niece, my sister's child. But I am the law, and that responsibility is above kinship. Were she even closer, the closest, my own daughter, my duty would be plain. Well, the law has its weapons, and they will strike at her and at her sister, too, her accomplice, I've no doubt, in this illegal act to the full extent of the punishment prescribed. The other one is Mamie. Bring her here. I saw her in the corridor talking to herself some moments ago, and I suppose in tears. Guilty consciences, you see, can never be hidden completely. The human face reveals conspiracies before they are enacted, again and again. There's nothing more disgusting than the confessed criminal who tries to justify his actions as this woman has done here today.
I'm bored with your talk. Kill me and have done with it.
Oh, there's no hurry. The progress of the law is majestic and inexorable, and that satisfies me.
Why waste so much time? Nothing you say will be of the slightest interest to me, and my arguments you will not listen to. I've done what I said I'd do. I've buried my brother. I aspire to no greater honor. And if I am to be famous, let it be for that. All these senators of yours, they all agree with me in their hearts. But there's no gag like terror, is there, gentlemen? And kings must have their way, both in word and action, one way or the other.
You're quite mistaken. None of my subjects anywhere in the city thinks as you do.
They all do, but they're too afraid to speak.
Not at all, and you should be ashamed, setting yourself up against the majority, disregarding the will of the people.
I love my brother. I honor him dead as I loved him living. There's no shame in that.
The one he murdered, wasn't he your brother?
My mother bore them both, and I love them both.
If you honor one, you insult the other.
Neither of those dead men would say that.
Eteocles would. His brother was a traitor. Does he merit no greater respect than that?
But he was not an animal. They both died together, and they were both men.
Yeah, the one died defending his country, while the other traitorously attacked it.
Dead have their rights, and we have our duties towards them, dictated by common decency.
And if good and bad are to be honored equally, where are our values? Patriotism, civic duty?
Death is another country. Such things may not be valued there, may even be crimes.
An enemy is still an enemy, dead or alive.
No, I don't think so. I have love enough to share. No hate for anyone.
Very well. Share your love by all means. Share it with the dead. I wish them well of it. Women must learn to obey as well as men. They can have no special treatment. Law is law, and will remain so while I am king. And no woman will get the better of me.
Look, Senator!
His many guardians.
Her face is raw with tears.
Dragged from her quarters.
You can see the story in her face.
A lifetime of agonies.
And fears the bitter legacy of Oedipus' daughters.
And you, snake, slithering silently about my house to drink my blood in secret. Both of you the same. I looked the other way, and like terrorists, you laid undercover plans to destroy me. You, do you confess your complicity in this crime or protest your innocence?
Yes, I confess, if she will allow me to say so. I was fully involved, and if she is guilty, so am I.
No! That isn't justice! When I asked for help, you refused me, so I told you I didn't want you. I'd do it alone.
But now that you're in danger, Antigone, I'm proud to stand beside you in the dock.
The dead man knows who buried him. They all know down there. What people say doesn't impress me, only what they do.
Please, my sister, don't despise me. Let me share the honor and die with you.
You've no right to claim the honor for doing what you were afraid to do. One death will be enough. Why should you die?
Because I can't live without you.
Ask Creon to help you. He's your uncle. And you're king, of course. You're a born subject.